Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to the Big Sleepover Moviecast. And tonight, from 1995, an American action comedy film directed by Joseph Rubin. It's Money Train. Now, Joseph Rubin has directed quite a few films that will end up appearing here on the Moviecast. You may be familiar with Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts, The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin, and Return to Paradise with Vince Vaughn. However, he started directing sexploitation films in the 70s, directed Gorp and Dreamscape as well. Now, this film is a true sleepover classic. It's one that would have been rented on VHS because it is an action comedy. And as such, my parents probably would have let us see it despite it being rated R. The movie stars the wonderful pair Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, who will appear together in another sleepover classic upcoming. Also, J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, is in this. Robert Blake, Chris Cooper, who is a sleepover movie commoner here, and wonderful character actor Enrico Colantoni. Now, the title Money Train, if you're not from New York and if you're not familiar with subway systems, a money train is one that takes the tolls to the bank, basically, or to a vault. Money trains were retired from the New York City subway system in 2006 with the introduction of the Metro card and computerized vending machines. The film is characterized as a bomb. So it had a huge budget of $68 million. Box office, 77.2. So break even, but with advertising, probably a loss. Controversially, presidential candidate Bob Dole called for a boycott of the film when a scene in the movie was imitated in real life. Although we can't say imitated because police did not conclude that the crimes were related. So I won't say right now which one, but when we get to it, I will point it out. I don't remember this one personally. If I saw it, it was only one time. I never owned this. But generally, the banter between Snipes and Harrelson is top notch. I do love me some young J-Lo in anything. And yeah, excited to see this buddy cop or buddy cop turned robber team. And to, dive into 1995 New York. I have bought the Blu-ray. There's a Blu-ray. And I have the title track pulled up and scrubbed all the way back. Let's begin the countdown. 3, 2, 1, roll. And you should see the logo and the torch fading away into some beautiful clouds as the Columbia Picture logo is now full screen and the score comes to an end. All right, you tracking? Let's go, y'all. Ooh, Shaggy. This is peak 95. Joseph Rubin, interesting collection of films. I'm eager to get into some more of his, and this is a great one to start with, since it is a bomb, and he's directed, huge successful hits too, as well as interesting, weird films. It's a nice rounded catalog. I like it. I'm sure today he would be pressured to start directing Marvel MCU films. Scenes of New York. Any film in New York is a character, right? I don't think you can differentiate the two if you're showing scenes of Manhattan, that is. Interesting choice, though, this reggae song. I mean, I guess it was just because Shaggy was so popular at the time, but it's kind of an interesting choice. Especially this film seems to take place at Christmas. So a little hangover from our Christmas film collection. See previous episodes. Love it. And that is why I purchased this one first. I know we've moved on, but only so much time. He's just playing a drunk. Story by Doug Richardson. Doug Richardson has written a few things. I recognize the name, but I don't recognize immediately what he wrote. A guitar very similar to Trigger, Willie Nelson's famous guitar. The kazoo, not as familiar. It's called method acting. Blatant use of the N word by people who should not be using it. Arguably, a word so hateful nobody should be using it, but I don't know why they waited after he, robbed him. That would be enough. Shaky action scene, but it's okay. Transfer so far looks pretty good, but with this wide of a format, would be better on 4K. Preserve a little fidelity. Jesus. Yeah, not what you want to do, and I wouldn't follow. We got a little guitar there, I think, but it was almost the saxophone whine of a Lethal Weapon. Oh God, what's the movie? 24 Hours, a buddy cop classic, right from the 80s. He's got that nice mic in there. It's fine. That's what I use for work too. Not that specific mic, but I have a nice one. I should get one like that though. Just for the vintage feel. Not for its sound capability. I'm a loud motherfucker, Very high tech looking money train. Really armed guards. Shit. I guess having public transportation offset the cost should be a mandatory thing for all big cities, but it's not how the world works. I mean, you can't charge cops like that. Nice squib work, though. Love some practical effects. Yeah, Harrelson's got a lot of balls here. Damn. Yeah, all right. Never mind. They're going to jail for assault. And he was right. Why'd you get outrun then, bitch? Harrelson's got that skullet going on. Whoa. What the fuck? Mm-mm. The anal boss. Mm. I mean, yeah, he does have them on assault. I guess he's letting them off. Okay. That's an XL cigar, huh? Although I believe now I'm not a cigar smoker, but yeah, all right, maybe the rolled up tip is the tip you end up putting in your mouth. There it's been cut. Okay. So his vice is gambling. What's Snipes' vice? Women, for sure. Okay, so Christmas is a recurring theme. This is a good Christmas movie. We'll put it up with the Christmas tagging, the cute little logo emojis. Not terrible dialogue, not great, but okay. I think the writer of this, Doug Richardson, wrote Bad Boys or one of the Bad Boys films. So, oh my God. Jesus. I think that was an outtake they kept. I like it. What it is. Gambling again. Good character actors all around here. That look on Woody is what reminds me that I've definitely seen this as a kid. As if, is he a watch expert? Good heavies. Is that one of the pussies? I think they called him from Big Pussy, maybe? From Sopranos? I honestly thought Sopranos was overrated. I know. A hell of a thing to say. He's calmed down very quickly. Mm. First actual kind of close ups here, back and forth. There's your sting. Uh huh. That's pretty good joke. J Lo. Jenny from the... Is it Snipe's turn to be the decoy? $19. Harrelson always has that crazy eye. Kind of looks like a raptor, I think. Oh. I'm feeling my D right now. What are their intentions? They're going to molest him? Jesus. Oh, JLo's acting skills. They're scared of her? She's tiny. I mean, it's not a place to rob someone. There's too many people around. Uh-oh. There he is. And of course, scars, again, being the sign of someone bad. Those are burn scars. And here we have the scene. So apparently, this was done in real life after this film came out, or supposedly after. And it was things like this that helped conservative lawmakers add rating systems and censors and things to film and video games that have no proven record in psychology or even legally law enforcement based. Jesus. Nice stunt, J-Lo. Backdraft. Damn. I mean, if he's going to do all that, then why put your foot on her chest? You would be stomping her face. But, whatever. Go out for a nice steak after that night? Damn. I guess it is Christmas Eve or... Hmm. Well, had to show off J-Lo like that. She's going to tilt that thing, hitting it that hard. Bad writing or bad ad-libbing there. Not a lot of depth to her character so far. Mm. Three's a couple. This was J-Lo's first kind of big budget film, I'm pretty sure. So, sabotage. Jesus, who's this racist? Yeah. Mm, mm. Subtle signs of Christmas. So they drink, they act drunk, and they bust perps. Mm-mm. Pissing on the sidewalk. Now's the tension. Fair point. Mm-hmm. Cinematography's a little dark. I don't think it's an HDR issue thing. Yeah, see, now it's lighter. Mm. There's that Bad Boys S dialogue for sure. And the constant wisecracking during action, which pervaded, pervaded into. He's got one bad eye. Garth Brooks Records. Another 90s shout out. Same with Cube. What? I mean, she'll come to the one who's out of it. It's an interesting, yeah, interesting film. Definitely a Christmas film. They're not saying when Christmas is, because Christmas is all month, but interesting. And they're counting it on the train. Was that the son of a bitch cop from Breaking Bad over there too? Yep, it is. Lots of good ancillary characters here. Not the first movie about subways, right? Taking a Pelham 123. Okay, why is she getting into it now? So, they talk about something that I don't understand. Yeah, take that, you bitch. Fucking Walter White. What is he? Italian? Real racist captain. Mm. Wonder why. Wonder who has the money problem. Mm. I know. No, how did he know this about Woody? Fairly good writing here. So a wrinkle has been introduced. Yep, something bigger that he's focused on. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not wrong. Playing fast and loose, and that's two assault charges on Harrelson. I'm not sure why he would be on the force. Certainly should be suspended. This is why cops go off and fucking kill people. No internal pressure to check these people who push the envelope in terms of breaking the law. And those psycho eyes are why he's good in Natural Born Killers. Another stay tuned for this movie cast. Okay, so we get Christmas and New Year's here. Yeah, nice, nice references here. It's a restrained Snipes role too. He's not the wacky one. Little zip it, Doctor Evil scene. Oh, of course. Now she would go on to play Selena. One might argue that as beautiful as she is, Selena was way hotter. There are videos. Go check them out. Some of those outfits, my God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can't help but be effusively charming as Wesley Snipes. She's made her choice, and probably rightfully so. Harrelson's kind of a deadbeat. Feel your booty. Just get my hands all up in it, lift and separate. These are my confessions. Good. How does it feel? Oops. Mm. But in the back is where his hands want to go. Well, you know, why can't she just ask what's going on? Why are women just so dependent on the move to be made with no verbal ability to check up on it? And yes, I'm stereotyping, but she could be like, why don't you want to kiss me? Yeah. Or she could have just kissed him. Philly fan in New York? She definitely doesn't hate Woody, but nice apartment. To wash. Interesting statement. Ugh. You ain't no gentleman. I mean, aside from the quips and and the buddiness, the rest of the plot is ridiculous, right? There really is no other development. It's all hinging on the charisma of these two. You know, there's no subplots, there's no family plots. We have one, issue with debt. Damn, look at Wes. Mm. I'm about to go fight vampires, baby. That's how I train. I remember this scene. Mm. Yeah. Uh-huh. He hasn't even thrown a punch. I think I would throw a few. I mean, you could have talked about it right there in the alley, but at least they're talking. Good. I like this redemption dialogue. But again, this is filling up time. And the characters themselves, while entertaining, just I don't care about this banter. Now that I'm old, as a kid, not really examining it. Sure, fine, doesn't matter. I'm watching them fight. I'm not really listening. I'm hearing the overall here and thinking, okay, why isn't Wesley, who's clearly our hero, going for her? I'm my brother's keeper. Ooh, well, then you don't understand. Feelings. You'll had one dance. I mean, I guess. Then why is she faking around with his bro then? Another cross necklace. Christianity aside, was definitely a cool symbol of the 90s. I wanted one. We've already talked about this on previous episodes. Romeo plus Juliet, I think. But he paid off his debt. I want your girl. I just bought her for 15 grand. He's going to go gamble because he has a problem. So Christmas is over. That old lady. I think he could have gotten out. He's halfway out. Ooh, aching for it. He does kind of have a wonk eye. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go to this guy. Guess he thinks he has to just pay for it, but maybe just know he needs to take it, take a beating while she's taking a beating from Big Wes. Ooh, yeah. It's too much Wesley Snipes back at this point. Let's get her on top. Let's get some, even if you're not going to show tits, let's see some back arched. And yeah, wait, is this film PG-13? Oh, there we go. Little J-Lo tit maybe? Yeah, okay, okay. Wow. How about that, y'all? Well, that answers that. Damn. Much better. Stings in your cut, probably. I mean, this is the main conflict here. It's not nothing, but it's also somewhat trite. Little self-loathing there. That's what we call that, right? Kind of, hurting and then piling on because you're hurt. Prepare to get gasolined. Last night can persist, brother. Sadly. Here we go. The fire starter. My fire starter. I think someone would see him doing that. Like, why are you over there peeping, bro? That is realistic. It really is a buddy picture. The plot is irrelevant. It's not an action film. But because their captain's a jerk, they're going to end up somehow legally and morally getting the money to pay off his debt. And maybe a little extra. So the trading spaces, they can all live on the beach together. Snipes and Lopez and Woody and some hooker. Well, he just killed someone. I mean, I think a lot of people saw. More people would be screaming. Nobody fell. Everyone would see that. As he cracks open a Colt 45. He memorized their faces. Diesel. No, Diesel's probably a bad choice. I think Diesel's harder to ignite. I want that ass on my face. I'm that kind of flame pervert. Whew! Forgot that the glass is not bulletproof, so that she should have just shot him earlier. I'm not sure why she even waited. Stunt actor running. Two stunt actors running. It's definitely not Harrelson. Couldn't get a bead. That's them. Could get a bead on Wesley's stunt actor. Oh, look, Christmas trees, y'all. Maybe it is New Year, not New Year's yet. They do want to do their heist on New Year's, but I guess you leave the trees up. You can't, that's not a tree sales. That's Central Park. So, okay. Horses scare the shit out of me. Anything that big. Ooh. Kid may not be, man. Tackle him on that hard concrete. So the villain's name is Torch. Or they call him the Torch, or he goes by it. I don't know. One of the several options, but should be called Johnny Blaze. Ooh. Yeah, like who is this? Who is the Torch to be like this good at fighting and running compared to Wesley Snipes, who stays up all day and night working out? Spark it. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't duck that, Wes. But we didn't see him die, so maybe he comes back in his mutated form. How did he create it? He's gotten him out of everyone. Bite his finger off. I mean, rightfully so. This incident, they were trying to save her so that there's excuse, but getting in fights and other things, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, how many just let each other fight in the forest? Fuck that. Yeah, you busted. I mean, they got the bad guy, so okay. Jaeger. Oh, wow. It doesn't seem drunk at all. Just animated. Mm, fatalism. Mm. We can't keep whooping your ass. It doesn't have an effect. I guess the barkeep doesn't call the cops because he knows the mob is too connected. Ooh, ouch. Come on, man. Don't got to bring that into it ever. Or at least they didn't have him slip and fall over it. It's a good, not good. It's an okay thematic thing, the model taking it. I get it. Yeah, dude, if you really wanted to drink, just stay home, man. Don't go bother that bartender. Also, damn, dude, I know there's no Tinder yet, but can't you go out to like a hipper place? Find yourself a girl? Even an ugly or fat one? 3, 2, 1, stop. Three, two, one, go. Home Alone 2. Shot there. Mm. Always going straight to the mob boss. I feel like that wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, but nice Christmas strip club scene. I don't think it would hurt that bad. The headbutt would. Now, again, we did set this up by showing him training. Well, you're not helping. I mean, you could do anything to help, but, whatever. There he goes. Good flying knee. Snipe's action skills definitely refined. Was this one of the first where he showed off his martial arts? Yeah, for real. I'll have to follow up on that. It's definitely one of the earlier examples. I don't think it was until Blade that most of us really knew he could kick ass that intensely. I mean, I don't know if that was a good favor or not. Yeah, this faults. This is the fifth time he's pretended that. This whole family shit. This is some Fast and Furious. Stay tuned. Shit. Oh, here we go. All right. Motorcycle riding, ninja fighting, Kangol hat wearing. I mean, I think they would have seen him. Wait a minute. So it can roll over your ass? Dude, fuck that. I mean, nobody's seen those sparks or. Well, I think with that bright flame, you don't need that, brother. It's Pizza Rat. Why he has a motorcycle is not explained, but, he has a sick apartment. He has 15 grand. Oh, and it's New Year's. Okay. I think when the 4K of this drops, we'll do a little revisit for the holiday season because this is an interesting film. I know I'm giving the wrap up here and it's not even done. We have the third act here, basically, or fourth. Yeah. Okay. Any intellectual who studies film and has a degree in film or anything like that, or like me, you have your degrees in literature, which is the basis of film. You talk about the 3-act structure. And yes, any work of art can be segmented into 1, 2, 3. Could also be segmented into 5s. Go look at Shakespeare. So 3-act, 1-act. I mean, it does make sense. But, this film has what? How many acts? We have kind of a first act where you meet the characters, meet the boss, and see the insane violence that's going on in the subway. Second act, we introduce a girl and a love story and a competition between the characters. We also resolve the psycho murderer angle. But we enhance the mob tie issue. And now Act 3, he's going to rob the train to pay back his debts. Or not, or whatever. I don't know. He's suicidal at this point. But also, just to match things, I mean, look how cool Hook is. He's really right. Woody Harrelson is right saying that Hook, he'll forever be in Hook's shadow because Snipes is doing everything, man. He's got the girl. He fucking rides bikes. He's a karate expert. He's also morally upstanding. He infiltrated the mob and kicked their ass. I mean, the sheer bravado of that man. Yeah, I mean, it's on a track. How hard can this be? Well, he's got to hide the loot because you can't have it on you. Rule number 2 of stealing. Well, it is New Year's. Getting drunk with your horses. And also, those cops should be patrolling this line. Someone might hear that. It is New York. Look at all the people that have been in there to tag. And for those of you not so hip, tag means make graffiti. Wow. He ninja'd his way in despite being on a motorcycle. I mean, they left fingerprints and DNA everywhere. See, in for a penny, in for a pound. Charlie doesn't respond to that. Remember, the mob figured that out. Okay, yeah, and she has a fucking old school Camaro or Trans Am. All right, so we really did go too fast, too furious in this. Jesus. Oh, well, another prison rape joke, but you know. Well, the way Wesley Snipes fights, I would never be worried about anything. This guy did an okay job, you know? This is an odd story because of the intricacies here and who's the real villain. You know, you have a kind of false herring bad guy who gets destroyed halfway through. Now, the real thing is between morality. Now, in Pelham 123, they're not robbing, are they? Or it's hostage, so maybe it's extortion, I think. It's been a while since I've seen the Travolta version, although, you know, that's where the bunghole quote comes from. If you're not aware of the bunghole quote, go Google it yourself. Travolta bunghole. It's funny. But I don't remember the plot. I think it's hostages and ransom. So they're not robbing anything. It's a good take on things. You know, Under Siege is on a train, or two is on a train. I forget which one. Just trying to think of the earliest, you know, obviously Hitchcock, Strangers on a Train. So we have that drama and trains. It's just it's a good vehicle, both literally and figuratively, for a motion picture. Blast it. Now they armored the shit out of it for some reason. So it's bulletproof. I don't know why you would wait. Fire now, yeah. It's doing nothing. Great drama. I can see a lot of the money is on the screen, especially in this third act, fourth act, third act. Debatable. But that being said, there's some shit that just doesn't. I love the seriousness. Again, it's not too silly, and even she isn't going too much. I really like her in this film. I think she's okay. She's not given a lot to do. We all know J-Lo can do this and much more, but this wasn't a role where you could have much more. I mean, she is kind of ancillary. She's the love interest. The story is about the two brothers. Now, you could have had other family. There could be other things, but there aren't. So you have a mob, you have a psycho, another great character actor. This film is just full of them. I don't remember this part. And this man, of course, you can't forget his face. You racist prick. Well, goddamn, I was trying to get somewhere, and this asshole... It is New Year's Eve. Let us not forget. I don't care. Okay, all right. I mean, so this guy's, the fantasy of them even staying on the force after the first incident is crazy. Much less this racist fucking prick, even in 1995. I mean, that's not, he's a representation of a true racist fucking idiot, and it's being represented here to make them and their actions, which are truly illegal and dangerous. I mean, he also ran his motorcycle down the subway, and, that's incredibly dangerous. What if you hit a child? So, let's not gloss over this. But it does move, and it's gripping. I like it. I've definitely seen worse. Photography could be better. Now, again, we're getting it presented in this 21:9 or whatever format this is. So even on your TV, you're going to see the bars. If I had an ultra wide that was also the same size as my 70-inch, which I'm watching this on, then it might be a little bit better. But as is, the Blu-ray, you're not getting that many lines of definition. You realize the Blu-ray's lines of definition go up those bars, but the bars are half the screen. So a 4K on this would look much better and would really improve this. Also, because of this director, I'd like to see some featured special features. Not a lot on the Blu-ray. Money bagged him. Well, that would kill him. I mean, so he killed his own brother. They all have that issue. Pull him up already. I mean, he probably would have hit something by now. When is enough? I mean, why is Wesley putting up through all this? He doesn't need to. Yeah, he shouldn't also at this point. What's unforgivable? I think the line was drawn a far time ago. And if beating up the crook was the option, why didn't you go just beat up the crook? I mean, what do you mean straight? This is a crazy incident. I mean, I don't see where these brothers go after this. People could have died right there. So again, morality is out the window. The boss, although also amoral, is more right than they are. Here's a double tap. So, I mean, these guys are utterly insane and deserve to be in prison. The sequel to this should be Life, the movie Life, which is a stay tuned. I mean, I guess genius, but why do we care about these criminals at this point? It's, something that the imagery and the music and the camaraderie does not overlap. And it's interesting because, as a kid, I love these guys. I do, both of them. And I'm on their side forever, no matter what they do. But as an adult, trying to analyze it now and the story and the plot and be like, okay, if it wasn't for the charisma of Harrelson or Snipes, would I care? And the answer is no. I would be like, these are some bad guys that I expect to die right now. Movie would be better probably if they died at the end. Can't be afraid of a tragedy. If your writing leads you there, you need to go there, but it's not going to. It's vignettes of danger. And so I get, the review saying that, like, again, it's popcorn. So that's cool, but how about that rod going through would have killed someone? Oh, no, it perfectly did that. Okay, and they're perfectly going to get excused from this. I mean, there'd still be evidence. They would still go to trial regardless of evidence because he already knew, because they did stupid things and they stole the model and they let it leak. Yeah. I think it ever worked to begin with. Ooh. Ooh. Now, did they manage to get a sack? Oh, blow your nose at someone? Ugh. Yeah, I mean, you got to. Wait, what? There's that lip liner. I mean, okay, all right. Random 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, yeah. Change. Truly a holiday film, though. Look at that. So I guess him beating up the mob did it. So they go to Harrelson's home in Hawaii. Okay. So again, there are threads that don't make sense. It's a good transfer to keep up with all that confetti. But you know what? An afternoon blockbuster, you see J-Lo's tits. You know, the second coming of Woody and Snipes. We'll watch the first coming. I'm not even going to mention what it is, but you should know. And it has better music than this. In fact, it starts off with one of my favorite bits of music in all. Yep. Waikiki, baby. And as you know, Harrelson lives in Hawaii, right next to Willie Nelson. They smoke weed together. You know, it's great. It's a good holiday movie because it is a kind of weird feel-good movie. Because just again, this character you like of them, even though that it's terrible, they endangered lives themselves. There's absolutely no reason Santiago would have fucking done this for them. But, you know, it works. Is it great cinema? No. It's entertaining. And that's why we're all here. Cheers, y'all. Bye.